Okay guys, here we are back working on the the stove project. Right now I'm working on the top. I want a cooktop. So I welded up these two plates together, ground it down nice and smooth. It's obviously not perfect. The edges were pretty bad, so I flame cut the edges with my oxyacetylene torch. You can see the heat coming through. And something cool, you can actually see this faint kind of yellow right here. So that's where my weld went down. So that's pretty cool. But I'm pretty happy with how the cut ends turned out. These are the factory edges right here, so I wasn't too worried about those. But I beveled each side so that I had a nice valley to lay some weld in. So you can see kind of how deep it went there. It's not perfect, but good enough. It's plenty strong. So I went ahead and welded these little strips on, and that'll kind of support the edges of this thing when I weld it on top. And I couldn't, it'll sit like this, and I can't get my gun in there to weld it, and I don't want to weld it on the front and the back. I want to kind of hide those welds. So it's coming together. Yeah. In that time lapse, you saw me do another pass. I think it was this side. I just completely missed this corner here, and so I had to go back through and tie it in to this 1/8 material. So, but let's go ahead and get it thrown on. I might let it cool for a little bit. Just it's super hot, as you can see. So we'll get it welded up on the main piece. All right, here it is put on. I use this monstrosity here to help me get it parallel to the ground. It's really hard to measure off of this circle, and so I've just been getting by with what I can. For the legs, what I did, I just made a jig, and I just I cut this side out first. I just used a jigsaw, and then I just picked a random angle here and cut that, and then this right here I cut out so that I could clamp a leg to. And so it goes like this. All right, so this would be that side, and then to do the other side I just flipped it, and I kind of just picked a random distance apart from each other of what I thought might look good, and it came out pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. Really the only other thing is the door. I'm talking to a guy right now who can cut me a door with a CNC plasma table. And what I'm thinking right now, I got some drawings I can show you guys, but I'm gonna cut a 12-inch circle that'll cover it, and then in that circle I'm gonna have a square door. I'm gonna round the corners, and then in the top I'm gonna have vents, and I'll have a little way that I can block the holes just so that we can control how much air this is getting. Now, one thing I've seen is one guy used a rope seal to seal the door off. So it's like I think it's got fiberglass in it or something, but it just looks like rope. And so what I'm thinking is I can weld in some channel probably on the back side of that door. So when that door closes, it'll seal real nice. So that's pretty cool. And then I got to come up with a way of locking it. And I don't know if I want to do that, if I want the shaft to go through the door and then lock on the back side, or if I just want to let it lock on the front side. I think front side might look better. I just feel like it's going to need something. Just looking at my drawings, need a little bit of just something there. And then for the hinges, I'm going to do two little, I call them bullet hinges. I don't know what they are, but they're to weld on, and they're nice little, just little bullets that I'm going to use. And then a pipe. I don't know really what diameter pipe I need to use for this. I know it's important because we want to evacuate the smoke, and I just don't know what it needs. So what I've got here is this pipe that I was thinking about using. This is what is this, 3-inch maybe? Where's my tape? Okay, I got my tape here. So let's see what the inside diameter is. So that's an inside diameter of 2 5/8, is that right? Yeah, 5/8 right there. Outside diameter is 3 1/8. So that's what I'm thinking. And then another thing I thought of was maybe to double wall it. So have a layer of air between the inside and the outside. It's just what I'm thinking right now. I don't know if that's necessary. I don't know yet. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. One thing I'm thinking about doing is there was a wasp here, and he has since disappeared. Oh, there he is. Let's see. Zoom in on this guy. I smacked him. So he's enjoying a death right now. Anyways, for these little feet that I put on here, the welds are okay, but sorry for the shakiness. Wow. Let me just get down here. So what I'm thinking about doing is coming in here and just grinding this smooth so it has a nice transition up. I'm sure you can understand what I'm talking about. And then on the back side here, it's pretty flat. This one's not that good, but this one is, I mean, super flat. Is that one welded? Sorry for the noise. I can't see. That one's not even welded. Okay, so I need to weld that up. Let me zoom out of here. Yeah, I need to weld that one up. I think all the others are welded. Yeah, so all the others are welded. While I'm down here, I'll show you this rack system. So they're just wedged so that it won't fall out. If you guys want me to make a video on how I made this tray, I can do that. I really like working with sheet metal. I hope it's going to be okay that this is aluminum. Now, one thing that I haven't really thought about actually is I think this is like a PVC material that they coat this in, some sort of plastic, I'm pretty sure. And obviously this is going to get really hot, so I haven't really thought about that yet. I might get some sheet metal and just like sheet steel, and just make this out of steel instead. But I'm pretty happy with how it came out. One thing, it was really hard for me to come up with a good way of riveting these on. what I didn't really consider, so like this one, these in the corner, that one there, and then this one I didn't think. Let me look at this side. Yeah, so you can see that one isn't even attached to this return right here. This is the return. And so really, I was just gonna rivet it for the looks of it, just to give it that completed look. I couldn't figure out, I thought it would maybe look goofy if it was just these two and then this one, and I didn't feel like it would really pull this corner back right here. So this is what I went with. I think it'll look a lot better once they're all rivets. But for the time being, what I'm probably gonna do is try this out, see how it goes. And if it's not satisfactory, then I'll just make one out of steel. And I'm gonna make it the exact same way. I'm not gonna do any welding on it or nothing. So yeah, that's it. So now, this is actually backwards. This is still really hot. So I cut this notch out to fit over this weld. I'm gonna leave this, you know, I don't wanna take too much of the propane tank aspect out of it, I guess. But yeah, this will flip, right? Yeah, so it's gonna sit about an inch back. So that's, you can get a good idea of how flat it came out. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, all in all, I'm happy with how it's coming out. And I love this YouTube thing. It makes me feel like, even though right now the first video has, I don't know, like 6 views and half of them are probably me. But it just makes me feel like I'm working next to somebody, and that's cool. So let's get this welded up, and then I'll show you all the final product. Sorry about the welding fan, but as you can see, I made a really dumb mistake. It's pretty obvious. This notch is supposed to fit over this weld, so I flipped it backwards. So that sucks. I could cut it off and fix it, but I don't care enough, to be honest, to do that. So I'm probably just gonna kind of stitch weld this. So I'll put some there, and then yeah, that'll be it. Okay, turn this welder off real quick. Okay, we got the top mounted. Let's see if I can find, there should be a little level over here. There's not. Sorry. I'll be back. Okay. I'm gonna check and see how level this came out. I'm pretty nervous about it, just because it can't be fixed, and yeah. So it looks like it's a little off level. The good thing is, it's such a narrow piece, you can't really tell, can you? Maybe a little bit. I'm happy with it though. Let's see, I think we should be able to use this to kind of help us figure out how far off it is. Oh, it's really close, I guess. I mean, there's like little notches in here that it wants to sit on, and I can't. Oh, there it is. So let's see if we can. So I'm not sure how accurate this is, but it looks like it might be about 2 degrees 2 degrees off. Let's check the back just to see. Same thing. So let's check this way just because I'm curious. Pretty level that way. So, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. That'll do. So I think that's pretty much all all I can do for now. Oh, you know what? Let me weld up that foot right there, and then we'll end it. Okay, so here's the drawing I came up with. Oh, I gotta take this hood off. Jeez. Okay, so here's the drawing I came up with for the door. So we got a 7x7 door that opens, and then this is just gonna cap that hole, and then up here these are for venting, and so what I want to do is make a cover that will open and close. I really like this shape. I like that the top follows a concentric radius here. I think it looks really cool, but some of the challenges with having a the vents shaped like this, I'm going to show you here. So when we move this cover over, and of course it's not perfect, I can make this top thicker, but as you can see, if I can line these lines up, all right, close enough, you can see that there's some vent exposed, and so in the dimensions, not in the drawing, it's not drawn perfect. You know, it's just pencil and paper. But I've got this drawn to 3/8. I've got this dimension to 3/8. It's actually drawn to like 1/2 inch is what it would be. So I've dimensioned them smaller. And then I was working on the cap here. And what I've actually done is from this point right here and then this point, I drew 2 circles next to each other. You can see this arc right here that I'm following, and then down on this one. So this one actually goes up and over, and then this one goes up and over. I was thinking of doing that for the cover, because that would give me what I needed here in order to cover this gap. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm talking with the guy who has like a CNC plasma table who I'm gonna pay to cut this out for me. If I had one, I would do it, but I don't. And I don't think I can use the oxyacetylene torch to do this as nicely as I want it, and waste as little material as possible too, because I can do it. The question is, how many 4x8 sheets of steel am I going to go through to do it? So yeah, that's what it's looking like. Let me know if y'all have any suggestions on this, especially this part. I just want to do it. I want something different. You know, we've all seen the vents that they put on like smokers, and I want it to look different than a smoker. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.